You've probably already heard that a good reason to buy a chicken whole is that it's more economical. But did you know that when you buy a chicken whole, you also have more control over the size and shape of your pieces? You can be sure that all the pieces come from the same bird, which means they'll be similar in size and they'll cook evenly. So to begin, you're going to need a few tools: kitchen shears, a boning knife, and your chef's knife. But like always, if you have a good, sharp chef's knife, you can make it work for everything. So I'm going to begin by trimming away any of the excess fat hanging onto the skin. You can set that aside for your schmaltz. Next, we're going to separate the thigh and the leg, keeping it in one piece. There's not a lot holding the thigh to the body of the bird. You can trim away here at the skin, working in long, thin strokes, slowly and carefully, until you see the tissues connecting the bird. At this point, use a little force to pop the bone out of the socket, which you'll hear. Then, trim away the skin and right in between the bone and the socket, working carefully and slowly with long, thin strokes. Now we have the leg. If your chicken is large, you can separate the thigh and the drumstick. Next, let's remove the wing. Using force again, you can pop the bone out of the socket. Then, trim around the bone until you expose it. Don't worry about working fast the first few times you do this. You'll get there eventually. Once you have your wing, you can fold it into a triangle, which makes for even roasting. Let's do the leg and the wing on the other side. Now we have our breast that's attached to the backbone. This is a whole breast, but we want to separate into two halves. And because chicken tastes the most delicious when it's roasted on the bone, we want to keep the bone intact. So first, we will separate the breast from the back, using our boning knife again, trimming between the ribs and the breast. Now that we've separated the whole breast, we can get rid of the backbone and save it for your stock. Now that I have my whole breast, I want to separate it into halves. Feel down the center for the cartilage and the bone. Then, with one sure, swift motion, use your chef's knife to break the bone in half, like this. Slice the breast into two halves. There we have 6 uniform chicken pieces. If I want to make it into 8, I'm going to separate the leg from the thigh, using a little force again to pop the bone out of socket, which you're getting very good at by now. And then we're going to trim away the skin so you can see what's going on inside. Working again in long, thin strokes until you can see exactly between the two pieces, and trim them into 2. Now we have 8 uniform pieces of chicken ready to roast for your chicken dinner.